It's been a violent morning in Khost province. I'm in a military convoy travelling to see the damage. The soldiers are tense. We passed this vehicle. It was blown up just a few hours ago by a roadside bomb.
Some sort of car. You can see car pieces around. You see pieces of tires, metal, a lot of debris.
It's too dangerous to get out or even stop. A little further down the road, it's time to disembark.
Come over here, I'll tell you about it.
Colonel Robert Campbell is the commander of the US squadron here.
What we drove past just back there was a vehicle-borne IED, suicide bomber. Everybody's okay.
Good.
And driver was doing the right thing.
The other one went off up here, was it?
Yeah, this was an ambush that happened this morning. We're going to go up and see what's happening.
The Afghan general wants to go and have a look.
He does, yep.
You were coming along with him to see that everything's okay?
Yeah, we are. Anywhere he goes, we go. I mean, if he wants to go, then because we're in combined action role, we're right there with him.
This is a new partnership in Afghanistan, a counterinsurgency campaign where the locals work closely with the US forces. General Azra is from the Afghan army, the ANA. But the relationship is under strain. The general's not happy. Another US Humvee has been destroyed and no one told him.
The commando, they were fucking bad, so they left the Humvee and they took off. The enemy set on fire the Humvee.
Yeah, shouldn't do that.
We had the Apaches just watching over the whole thing. I think they took a little bit of sporadic fire from that ridge line, but I can't confirm it.
Okay.
The ground is still smoking here, and now the colonel's not happy. He won't say it publicly, but he wasn't even told that the US Special Forces were on this operation, on his turf.
Tony, take a picture. Yes.
Colonel Campbell has been here 12 months and his tour of duty is about to end. Despite today's hiccup, his replacement says the colonel has done a great job.
Well, I see we've got to capitalize on the success that Colonel Campbell has had and where his partnership and combined action with the ANA have gone. We do everything with the ANA. One thing I've seen with counterinsurgency is once the population starts to accept and be part of the solution, it builds its own momentum.
But I'm about to learn that building momentum is harder than it sounds. With just days until he leaves the country, Colonel Campbell is about to embark on his farewell tour to say goodbye to the local Afghan leaders. How do you feel about leaving? Handing it over now?
Mixed emotions. You know, when you pour your heart into something like this, you want to see it through. You know, you want victory.
I first met the Colonel 6 months ago when Dateline reported on the construction of a major road here. Now he's giving me almost total access to his operations. We stop in the village of Gurdasarai to get some atmosphere, as the Colonel puts it, and catch up with the locals. The bazaar seems peaceful enough, but Colonel Campbell's sergeant knows better.
This town's not
friendly?
Yeah, they're not coalition friendly.
Why is that, Joe?
I'm not sure really. There's a lot of ambushes down through here. A lot of IEDs have been found through here.
Let's go see the shop owner, David. See what he's got to say. I've never seen so much goods in my whole life. Where'd you get all this stuff?
From Kabul. From Pakistan. From Khost. From Karachi.
Okay, business okay?
Yeah.
Colonel, I've noticed you've taken your helmet off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to connect with these guys a little better, that's all. They don't, I look like a robot unless I take this stuff off. Now I look like a human being. They don't, the Afghans don't like the sunglasses. It's not a good level of trust there when you're wearing sunglasses. They can't see where your eyes are. Yeah, your shop will be fine. It's going to stay right here. Hey, look at my good friends here. Drinking chai.
Yeah, everything is good.
Okay, you got good coordinations with the police and the army over here?
Yes. You see, which kind of help are we supposed to do with the ANA, with the ANP?
Well, just talk to them. Tell them where the enemy are located. They come through here all the time, don't they? Okay, my friends.
Banana.
The Colonel's meet and greet strategy is a key part of the Fight Less, Talk More new counterinsurgency campaign. According to the Americans, it's about building, not destroying.
You're starting to see some small development improvements here. It's a very slow stair step to putting a road through this bazaar. One is the retaining wall behind the bazaar here that you've seen on the way through. Yeah. The other one of these solar lights here that you see right next to us, those are small improvements that we're making.
But without the support of the local leaders, development on any scale isn't possible. So the Colonel is constantly on the move, involved in meeting after meeting. This one involves Abdul Wali, the son of a powerful warlord.
The big five.
His father, Pacha Khan, is an opportunist. He switched his allegiance many times. Now his son is the sub-governor of this district.
They shouldn't come talk to me. They need to come talk to you.
Colonel Campbell sets out a new and controversial strategy, costing billions of dollars and funded by the international community.
We're definitely going to hire people from Wazi's.
The money will be used to pay the Taliban to lay down their weapons.
The good Taliban. You know, there are Taliban that are just, they're good Taliban. They don't fight. They just believe in the Taliban ways of life, but they're not violent. And if we can bring them over to our side, tell them to put their weapons down, I think that'd be a good thing. You know, I can kill 100 men up here next summer, 200, 300 men, but it's not going to do us any good.
درسته ده د خبره مکتای ده اوس دا چوکۍ مکتاسه ناستې ټولې ډکې دي کدی کې اوس څوک کم شي هغه کې راځي بل څوک کینی اوس که موږ میتیو سره راوړو.
But the sub-governor's response is about stopping people siding with the Taliban, not convincing the Taliban to lay down their arms.
I'm glad you're saying those things, and I hope I'm not offending you by talking about your country this way. I just, these are my thoughts, and I'm very passionate about trying to bring security without shooting and dropping bombs and
The Colonel is polite, but the two men are talking at cross purposes. Either his message isn't getting through, or he's being ignored. Another part of the strategy is to build and train the Afghan army, and it seems there's a lot of work to do.
Mind if I look at his men real quick?
No.
Where's your ammunition? Where's his ammunition?
Again, Colonel Campbell's not saying much, but these men haven't loaded their magazines properly. If shooting starts, they'll be in big trouble.
And that we get you the answers, and that we get these projects down into...
And there are more communication problems at this meeting.
But most important is that we show the people that there is something happening, and you get to show that you're doing this for the people as part of your job. That is your job as district sub-governor.
Rick Fisher from the US State Department is preaching a new system of accountability. The aim is to keep track of billions of dollars being spent on development projects.
I mean that one page is needed for a project or
no,
5 pages?
Six. Each project will take all of the boxes and all of the pages to be completed.
the college.
نه نه پیګو دا ټول په خپل لیکل دي صرف منظور مې د فرمو چې دا ټول فرمې باید خانه پوری شي مختلفې پروژې کوي وا پروژه په دا ټول کې
But there's more confusion than clarity.
Please to show him and take in and show him the pages from 1 to 6 and make sure that you got them. Do you have them stapled together? He understands exactly what
چې دا
the pages are.
پنځه پونی هر یو د وی پروژې لپاره ده چې دا پروژه په دې کې دا پروژه بل لګنه به تاسو چې کومه یو کې انتخاب کړل دا وته چې موږ بیا یادوري کوو چې پنځو وو کالو کې موږ تاسو کار نه وشو لکه دا اوس چې موږ په خپل لاس دغه کار کوو Thank you very much. Thank you.
Once again, another meeting has ended politely. But how much was lost in translation?
The problem is, and the same as in Khost, in the city,
I get to be a fly on the wall at this very candid discussion about the problem, as the Americans see it.
And we say, hey, these are American taxpayer dollars. They get that. But then they start complaining. Then they start complaining about how we're not spending enough money in this province. And I explained to him, I go, we have $500 million of development alone going on in this province. How do you mean we're not spending enough money? It's cat and mouse here. You know, and I've told them in their meetings, I said, the only thing that's going to save this country is a legitimate police force and a legitimate government. And right now, everything that I'm seeing says otherwise. You guys need to clean up your act. You need to support the people. And they're, oh, yes, wonderful. Yes, we need to support the people. They take our talking points, and no lie, they take the things that we discuss with them, and they keep saying them over and over again to appease what we see, so that it'll kind of go away. Yes, we understand that. It's American taxpayer dollars. Yes, Americans are upset. Yes. So the only way we're going to move forward here is by a massive change of faces in this place.
Today we've come to General Azra's headquarters, the Afghan general we met at the burnt-out Humvee. If talking not killing is the new plan for victory, then this gathering may be Colonel Campbell's crowning achievement. He's pulled together some of the region's most powerful leaders for a shura, or meeting. Getting them all in one room is no mean feat. But nothing in this war-torn nation is ever easy or straightforward. First, Colonel Campbell has to have a separate meeting with Khan Zagran. He's an infamous warlord and now a member of parliament. We met his son earlier. His message is clear. If the Americans think they can woo the Taliban, they're wasting their money.
ملت د ځان سره ونسی پابند د مصرف وکي د 1.3 میلیون روپۍ چې مصرف کوي د پیغو طالبانو نه مصرف کوي طالبان نه ورته راسي پیسې به مړی وي ام مخالفین به مالاته پاتې وي ول بدای چې ما قرضی صاحب ته ویل دي چې دغه د سلسله چې روانه کړي د ځنه تایید او دا کیږم نه او دې پیسې بملاړي شي خبره بملاړي شي تاسو به ایثار غونډه احتیاج معلومیږي نه وایګونه څخه کنه
Khan isn't invited to the big meeting that's about to start, but he's too powerful to ignore.
نه خو باید جلسه که خو زوم که جلسه که زنوم ګټه نه درته کی ها دا خو چې زنوم دغه جلسه سلسله نه نسی
He's a cunning operator. Campbell knows he has to keep him on side.
Stay the night, we'll get him a flight tomorrow. Okay. We will lose if there is no shura in the district level.
The meeting has been called to discuss security issues, and the Colonel is preaching unity.
We will lose if we can't come together like this in peace and share our concerns with each other. We will lose in the summer if the enemy comes back and lives on the mountaintops and comes to your villages for supplies. I think we all have something in common. We want a better place for our children to grow up.
ځینې مشکلات دي خلک ناراض دي د دولت نه هغه مشکلات هغه ستونزې چې خلک د دولت سره لري موږ غواړو چې دوش او دوش د ولسوال سره باید کار وکړو تر څو چې بیرته خلک حمایت ته راجلب کړو هغه فاصله چې پیدا شوې دي د خلکو د دولت سره هغه باید سره نږدې کړو.
And it's no surprise that Pacha Khan places himself at the centre of events. The Warlord presents a gloomy view. He knows that if the Taliban ever lay down their arms, he will lose his influence.
دا نن سره داسې خبره راغلې ده چې امریکایان او ملي اردو پلیس دا مور غوړي چې دلته افغانستان آرامي ده د طالبانو مرکز دی د طالبانو ځای دی او دلته ځایونه ورکولی کیږي طالب موجود دی موجود دی سړک ته رودرومي دلته انفرادي حمله کوي سړک ته رودرومي دلته ماین هم ښه کوي سړک ته رودرومي نور مشکل هم جوړوي دا مشکل دی یا غاږ وکړئ رو ته وکیل یې ته یې مشر یې یا غاږ رو ته وکړئ چې میر افغانستان څه عمل وکړه بیا به دوی ګیله نه کوي.
The meeting continues, but again nothing concrete is resolved. As the leaders file out, it's impossible to read their faces. But the colonel is pumped.
Good stuff. That was a good meeting. I'm motivated now. Very good meeting this morning. A couple key things are coming out of that. They're talking about district cooperation and tribal unity. That's huge in Afghanistan.
But there's not much unity going on outside. Pacha Khan is holding court, not about security or the Taliban. He's complaining the Americans have arrested his barber.
دومره زبردست سړی دی چې خبره به نه کوي دا دلته د سر عسکر دي دا څه به وکړي چې هغه د استي خلاص کوي په قومنداني کې بندي کړی دی دوی د غوږونو سورته وي قومندان ته چې د استي خلاص کړي واشه تاسو
Is he innocent? Well, بيگناه ده چه چه؟
بيگناه.
Yeah, he's innocent. He's innocent.
Why they detain him?
Why چواری بنی ولا ده؟
هسته چاتی وړ ډیر خلک دغه څه به ګنان ولې شي وي دي ګناګار خلاص شي وي دي به ګنان ولې شي وي دا پرېږده د خبره.
Who was the culprit?
It's another curly issue for Colonel Campbell's successor to tackle.
Down! Say! Zangon! Gosh!
If and when the coalition forces leave Afghanistan, it's these men, the Afghan National Army, who will take over. Today, I get to watch them going through their paces.
Sidona, Prashit! Chultegala. Anda. Sidona. Sidona! Chultegala. Usuko bogora de mora de la cura. Salek diresh. Kara da Qatar.
Despite army discipline, some aren't taking the training seriously. It seems the Americans are prepared to ignore these shortcomings. How are they coming along as soldiers?
As soldiers, they've developed a lot. They're doing really good. I mean, way back in the day and everything, it was a completely different A&A army, and right now, like, they're becoming one with the public greatly. Like, we can't go anywhere without the A&A support. Like, we're all about the combined action and everything, and it's developing quite well.
Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Good stuff. Great to have you on board, Sergeant.
Cool.
Well deserved.
While the war drags on, for these troops, the fight is over.
Congratulations. Thanks, sir. All right, give me a hand, guys.
Now it's time for their next mission.
All right, next operation is called Return to Normal. We're going to talk about that a little bit. You're on Australian TV today, by the way. They're all rock stars. Okay, so we're headed back to normal, all right? Everything you did back at home was normal. What you've done here for 12 months is not normal. It's completely not normal. Wearing body armor, carrying live ammunition, drive around in V-hulled vehicles, okay, getting shot at, mortared, talking to elders, drinking chai. None of that is normal stuff at all right?
Colonel Campbell has lost 5 men from his task force, but hundreds are returning home safe, though not unaffected.
Some of you have been through some very horrific things, okay? You have changed. You are different people now, and I want you to seek help if you need it. You waged a counterinsurgency campaign here like no one's ever done before, okay? Your efforts out there have gained you a huge reputation. Well, we can screw that up in one weekend, okay? With a DUI, sexual harassment, something stupid. You can throw that away, put it right down the tubes, okay? I expect you not to screw up this next operation, to do it right, just like you've done here in Afghanistan. Okay, I got nothing for you. Get on the bird, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking do this.
Is Afghanistan ever going to be a peaceful and stable country?
I think so. Yeah, I do think so. You have to understand something. We're never going to rid the Taliban completely. The Taliban's going to be here. It's like a bug. You can't kill it. You can just control it and prevent it from overcoming a government and overpowering a security force. So there will be violence here. You're not going to stop violence completely, but your ability to control it and the ability of a government to deliver it to its people, that's what's going to make this place peaceful.
Now Colonel Campbell's war will be taken up by others. But violence or not, Afghanistan's future remains precarious.